Today, you're connected more than ever. Your friends, your family, your life. Having a partner that understands banking is what you do on your time, anywhere you like. It's about being connected. Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
Sponsored by Renaissance Bank.
Good morning, Northeast Mississippi. This is Newsbreak for Wednesday, February 15th. I'm Brad Locke. Thanks for joining us. You can find Newsbreak each weekday at 7 a.m. You can watch it at djournal.com, Facebook, YouTube, or the Daily Journal's mobile apps for Apple and Android devices. We're going to take a quick look now at news, sports, and weather on this Wednesday. Let's start with the Weather Underground forecast. For today, partly cloudy skies with a high of 55 degrees, low of 31, 20% chance of rain. 3-day outlook: Thursday, clear skies, high of 61, low of 39, a 10% chance of rain. Clear skies again on Friday with a high of 68, low of 46, and a 10% chance of rain. Saturday, some rain is very possible with a high of 60, low of 47, and the chance of rain is 60%. Let's take a look now at some of the top headlines from your Daily Journal and djournal.com on this Wednesday. As his first term draws to a close, Tupelo Mayor Jason Shelton used Tuesday's State of the City address to reflect on the nearly 4 years he's spent leading the All-America City. Shelton, who is seeking re-election, reflected on some of the major crises encountered by his administration and the sitting city council. He noted that, quote, "Our road to success has been a little bumpy at times." Now, these bumps have included the 2013 death of a Tupelo police officer in the line of duty, a destructive 2014 tornado, and controversy last year over the shooting death of a local man by city police. Shelton believes that Tupelo has weathered these storms and come out better for it, saying the Tupelo spirit is stronger than ever. The mayor also touted the city's fiscal strength, noting that debt is down, sales tax revenues are record-breaking, and the city has routinely run budget surpluses throughout Shelton's term. Tupelo and Tupelo are looking to place security cameras in city parks and elsewhere. Vandalism, burglaries, and a shooting have forced leaders to begin considering cameras. Now, Tupelo is looking at surveillance not only for its biggest parks, but for all parks and for all city buildings, too. A shooting in December at Theron Nichols Park prompted the camera discussion in Tupelo. 2 teens were injured and 1 was paralyzed in the incident. And the city has already started work to run fiber optic cable to Theron Nichols and Rob Leake City Park. And during a work session Tuesday, the City Council seemed to favor a system where all cameras stream video back to a central location where it is recorded and monitored. In Saltillo, vandalism and burglaries have been the impetus for considering cameras. Saltillo Parks and Recreation Facilities Director Andy Loden hopes to install them at City Park and the WK Webb Sportsplex. Saltillo is looking at high-definition cameras, and the plan is to have the systems connected to the internet to give officials notifications of movement during off hours. Loden said it should cost less than $5,000 for 8 cameras and 2 hubs, and he hopes to have the cameras up and running by spring break. As for Tupelo, it's still in the planning stages and does not have an estimate of what a citywide system will cost. Many problems face lawmakers as they begin the work of crafting the state budget for the upcoming fiscal year. One of those issues is Medicaid, with officials of that agency saying their deficit for the current fiscal year is about $80 million. Now, on Tuesday, the Senate Appropriations Committee voted to direct $40 million in lawsuit settlement funds toward the Medicaid shortfall. That still leaves a big deficit to make up. With state revenue collections continuing to lag, making up such deficits, or at least cutting into them, is a major undertaking. The state's budget, which is more than $6 billion, normally uses the Legislative Budget Committee's recommendation as a starting point, and as the revenue picture becomes clearer later in the session, there are additional funds to appropriate, but that might not be the case this year. There's the distinct possibility that Governor Phil Bryant will have to make his 5th round of cuts since last January, and that would put the budget writers in an even bigger hole. The Budget Committee recommendation was $195.3 million, or 3% less than the budget for the current year. The new fiscal year begins July the 1st. And in sports, after a full schedule of basketball division tournament games Tuesday night, most teams are off today with the exception of Division I 3A. and that's a tournament worth keeping an eye on. Each of the past 3 seasons, the 3A girls state champ has come out of that division. Boonville won it all in 2014 and 16, while Belmont took the crown in 2015. Now, both of those teams are in action tonight at Northeast Mississippi Community College. Boonville tips off at 4 p.m., while Belmont hits the court at 7, and if they both win, they will meet in Friday's championship game. Now, winning tonight guarantees the Lady Devils and Lady Cardinals a trip to the state tournament, where they met each other in the title game in both 2014 and 2015. And Boonville faced Choctaw Central in last year's final. For more coverage of the division tournaments and to see a complete schedule of the games and results, check out today's Daily Journal or visit djournal.com. And that's it for Newsbreak on this Wednesday. We do want to remind you to check out a couple of the podcasts we produce here at the Daily Journal. The Memo, all things Northeast Mississippi, news and entertainment, with myself and W. Derek Russell. You can find new episodes every Wednesday and Fridays. Look for a new episode this afternoon at memo.djournal.com. Also, you can find it in iTunes or any of your podcast apps. And also Prep Rally, a high school sports podcast with myself, Gene Phelps, and Blake Morgan. New episodes every Wednesday, so check it out today in iTunes, your podcast apps, or at preprally.djournal.com. Everything I talked about today you can find in your daily journal or at djournal.com. We're on Twitter at djournalnow. Give our Facebook page a like as well. That's it for this Wednesday. Until next time, I'm Brad Locke. Have a good one.